These are the same fig trees that I root pruned earlier in the year. So today I'm going to be top dressing them with a little bit of compost, some fertilizer, azomite. But before I do that, I think I'm going to give you an update to show you what they look like right now and the changes that I've noticed since root pruning. So let's do that first. Dun, 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 dun. So if you don't mind, I'm going to go through every single fig tree with you so I can give you a good update and a good overview of what they look like right now. But the one thing I'm not gonna do is tell you the variety, because honestly, at this point, they're all mixed up. My kids would take some tags off, I would move trees around, and I swore I knew which variety they were, but at this point, I have no idea. I have the list of the trees that I purchased, but I don't know exactly which one is which, so just keep that in mind. But they're still in the same order from when I root pruned them. So this is the first fig tree right here. The first thing I'm noticing is that it's sending off a couple of suckers down here. And usually that's something that I don't let happen, just because I like to give the illusion that they are espaliered by having the trunk grow up against the wall and then having them fill out that way. So right now when I come through to amend it, I'm probably gonna cut these off, but there's a part of me that doesn't want to, because it looks like it's gonna start making more figs. And one thing about fig trees is that they have a Breva crop and a main crop. The Breva crop is what grows on the old wood. So sometimes you might see figs around here or around here, but all this would be new wood, along with all the tips that at this point have started lignifying, but you can see a lot of little figs that are starting to form. Aside from that, this tree is looking pretty good. It doesn't have any figs on it right now. It just has a little double nodes that basically mean that it's going to try and fruit again. But earlier in the year, it did fruit. The only thing is that the birds got to most of the fruit before I could, so I didn't get to taste a whole lot of them. But the ones that I did try were definitely larger than last year, but they were still kind of small compared to what I was hoping for, and they were very nice and jammy on the inside. And this is another tree that I went ahead and covered with tulle to keep the birds away, because look at those figs on it. They're actually starting to come out a really nice size. Oh my gosh. Usually they don't even get to this color because the birds come in, and this one feels really nice and squishy, but I'm waiting for it to droop a little bit more. And I added about 2 layers of tulle because otherwise the birds flock to them like crazy. And the thing about this tree is it definitely has several figs forming. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna take some of this tulle off just so I can give you a better look. But look at the size of them. There's so many on the inside of the tree. Oh, that's amazing. That honestly makes me feel so happy. And there should be a couple more coming through soon. But look how many. And one thing about this tree is I don't see any other suckers popping up from the base of the tree, so that's really good. That'll make it a lot easier for me to just top off. But look down there, more figs. And this one is so close. I almost want to try it already. This is the next fig tree, and this one stayed a little bit more compact. I don't see any shoots coming out from the base of the tree, which is really good. But I do see that it has a couple of figs in there. Not a whole ton, but it does have some, and it looks like there's gonna be more starting to form soon. Overall, the tree looks good. It's not as full as some of the others, but I think it'll get there. And this is the next one. This one also doesn't have a whole lot of fruit on it. There are a couple that have started forming, but a lot of these trees did fruit. You can see where some of the older figs used to be, but the only thing is that I couldn't get to them fast enough before the birds did. Oh wait, there's a couple more right here. That's one of the things that I deal with a lot here in the low desert is birds, because during the summers it gets so freaking hot that the birds are just searching for water, and oftentimes they go after fruit because they want to get the water out of the fruit. Plus, it doesn't hurt when it tastes really good. The next tree doesn't have any shoots coming out the bottom, but the tree itself looks really nice and definitely has more of a tree form going on. I can see that there's little baby fruit starting to form. And then there's also some older fruit still on the tree. One thing that I'm not gonna do anymore is bag the fruit. And the reason for that is I feel like a lot of the fruit that I bagged wound up just drying up. I don't know if maybe I was a little too rough with it or something. And maybe while I was bagging them, I messed with the figs a little bit too much and they started drying up. I have no idea. But what I do know is the birds didn't get the figs, but neither did I because they just dried up. I mean, I did get some figs, but I just didn't get as many as I wish I could have. And the good thing is that I feel like it's still gonna produce again. So I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. Overall though, I feel like the tree itself looked a lot better this summer than it did in previous summers. There was still a little bit of leaf burn because it was just crazy hot this year. We had temperatures upwards of 117 degrees, but as you can see, even in the other fig trees, most of the leaves look amazing. This next one started pushing out growth all along the trunk down here. Usually I like to keep the trunk kind of clean, but I don't think it looks bad. Maybe I'll even let some of those continue growing because there's no other shoots coming down from the base. But one thing about this tree is I don't see any fruit on it right now. The leaves look amazing, but there's no fruit. And I don't even see any baby fruit yet. But we just started cooling down here in the low desert, so who knows, maybe that'll change soon and the tree will just start pumping out fruit like crazy, hopefully before it gets too cold. But in the meantime, this tree is looking not only beautiful and very, very full without having any additional suckers down here, although I will say that there's some soil missing there. I hope that nothing's in there, TBH. But the rest of the tree looks really good. The leaves are nice and green, and it's got a lot of fruit, which is really, really good. That gives me hope that some of these figs will ripen before it gets too cold for them, and we'll be able to try some. This next tree is still hanging in there, but it definitely had some heat damage this summer. You can see that by some of the scorching on the leaves, but if you look at the new foliage, it's coming out gorgeous. And I think this tree got a little bit more burned than some of the others because it's right here. As we get to the end of Fig Alley, some of these trees are gonna have a little bit more sun damage. And I think that's just because they were a little bit more exposed to the harsh Arizona sun and the crazy summer heat. So this fig tree produces yellow figs. You can see this one's looking really good right now. And a bunch of the other ones are still green, but hopefully they'll ripen soon. And down here, it doesn't have a whole lot of shoots coming out of the base, which makes me happy. The tree itself looked rough for a while, but it's starting to come back to life. So next year, hopefully it can withstand the heat a little bit better. And this next fig tree is looking amazing. So the leaves on this one started coming out a lot more closer together compared to the beginning of the year. This fig tree proves to me how well they're able to adapt to their environment. And here in the low desert, it gets extremely, extremely hot, especially during the summer. And as you can see, first it was coming out with bigger leaves, but during the hottest parts of the year, it started producing much smaller leaves than any of the other fig trees. And it started producing them in smaller clusters. And I think that was just to try and help protect itself. Because you can see the huge difference in size between those and some of these leaves right here that are a lot more compact and clustered together. Look at that. The good thing about this tree is that it is definitely loaded with fruit, and all the fruit seems to be in bunches at the tips of the tree. So that's more of the main crop. And you can also tell because the wood itself is not lignified. But for a while, this tree had massive leaves as well, but most of them got burned off. And almost all of this is brand new foliage. You can see some of the older leaves right here compared to some of the newer leaves, which came out a lot thicker, a lot rougher, and a lot smaller and closer together. And this is the last fig tree at the very end of Fig Alley. And as you can see, it completely dried up. But that's okay because as we come down here, you can see that it started producing a bunch of offshoots that can replace this portion of the tree. And I think this happened just because of the crazy summer heat that we had this year. But you can see that as these started sprouting, the leaves are also coming out a lot smaller than they used to be. And that's probably just because it's very new growth, but I don't think that they're gonna get much bigger than this. I think the tree's just gonna adapt and maybe the leaves will just continue getting smaller. The main thing I noticed about Fig Alley is that the trees at the very end were the ones that got the most sun damage. So when this tree still had a bunch of foliage on it, it kind of shaded out this little tree a little bit to protect some of the leaves. And then this tree did the same for its neighbor, and so on and so forth. And as I make my way over to the trees all the way on this side, you can see that not only are the leaves bigger, but there's very minimal sun scorch compared to the last ones. And I think that's just because the trees kind of shielded each other. You can see a lot of the branches kind of intertwine. So that helped to create a little microclimate for some of them, which also helped them stay alive. Wow, that was really long. One thing that I'm very grateful for is the fact that I didn't lose a single fig tree, but I didn't get fruit from every single fig tree. So that's something that I want to fix for next year. I'm not gonna prune them again this year because I don't feel like they need it, but I am going to top them off and I'm going to shape them a little bit. And I'm gonna show you how I do that. Oh, also you might notice one more container. This didn't have any sort of fig tree. This is a container from the other side of the yard that used to have blackberries, and I moved it over here and figured I could plant something else, maybe some sort of guava or something. Okay. Wow, that took ages.